AJ is with us. AJ's in Dallas, Texas. Hi, AJ. How are you?
Better than I deserve, sir. How are you doing?
Just the same, sir. What's up?
Well, sir, just some background information. I've been listening to you since I was 2, and I am 21, about to turn 22. So
Cool.
you've been a great influence on my life.
Thank you.
Just quick question. My boss left 3 weeks ago from my current position, and we work in escrow. And I was supposed to go to the new company with her, but legal action's been taken, and I no longer have a viable option of going to a new company. And my current position is kind of
Whoa.
hanging by a thread.
Stop. What are you talking about? They put a cease and desist on her from stealing their employees?
I can neither confirm nor deny. That's what they told me.
Huh. Who told you?
Lawyers for the current company that I'm working at, sir.
I don't think they can put a gag order on you like that. I think they're trying to scare you.
Okay, have you talked to the new company?
Yes, they said they cannot offer me the position due to these legal actions being taken. And because of that, my current position, like I said, is hanging on by a thread. So I don't know if I should be scared.
All right, so walk me through this for a second, because this is so interesting. So your old boss left, promised you a job at the new place. The new place said you can't come because of legal action, and the place you work for now brought in their lawyers to meet with you at 21 years old and explain to you you cannot go to the new place because of the legal action.
And you can't say a word to anybody about any of this?
Yes, that's what I'm under the impression.
Okay. Find you another job this week and leave this place.
As fast as possible.
Get away from these people.
Yes, sir. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's just, I have a move soon. I'm moving in my apartment. I was a college student, and
I didn't say
that's
quit and be homeless.
story.
I said go find another job.
Yeah. How old are you?
21.
21.
Getting ready to turn 22.
Yeah.
And what do you make?
$37,800.
Okay. Yeah, you can find another job doing that. You have a college degree or not?
That's a whole different story, sir. No, I do not.
Okay.
Due to some family drama.
How long have you been doing this?
It's coming up on a year.
What now?
It's coming up on a year in July.
Okay, you work for a real estate escrow company that closes real estate sales?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can if you can't go to work for the same company that your boss went to, you can go to work for another one. You did not sign a non-compete when you went to work there. I'll guarantee you didn't. Did you?
Yeah. Not that I'm aware of, sir. No, I went through my paperwork and I didn't see anything.
Okay. So something about the other guy stealing employees is what they're trying to shut down. And so the poaching of that, and so you can, if you don't go to work for another escrow company, I don't care. Go to work for freaking Target or Walmart, but go get a job in the next 5 days and get out of there. These people are not good people.
And AJ, I'm going to speak into you a minute. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
In this one phone call, I've heard you, as a 21-year-old, express in a couple of different ways that you're a victim and you're trapped and you're stuck. And I want to rattle you out of that. You don't have a college degree because you didn't finish a college degree. You might have had family drama that contributed, but you haven't finished a college degree. You're a weird shakedown that neither Dave or I have never heard of before happening with your job. Cool. I'm moving on. I want you to have this be a moment where nobody's going to own AJ, and AJ's going to make some life decisions financially. You're not going to owe anybody any money.
You may get a job making $50,000 a year if you start looking right now.
That's
using
exactly
King
right.
Coleman's techniques.
Yeah, get it.
And you are not a victim. You are a victor.
Go get them, man. You hear what I'm saying? There's a totally different way to look at this. If you're going to drag me into your office and scare me with your lawyers, I'm going to walk out the door. I don't need this. I'm going to smile on the way out.
Yeah.
It's just, I think more so the reason I'm feeling so stressed is because I have a fiance, support each other. We're living together, and I'm in a deep hole, Dave. Because of the family drama, I screwed myself over. I shot myself in the foot. took out loans that I shouldn't have taken out. I had free tuition, but like I said, the family drama screwed me over to where I wasn't able to accept my FAFSA. And
no, it didn't screw you over. You chose in the middle of the family drama to make decisions that screwed you over. You screwed you over.
Take ownership of it, man.
And no, for sure. I signed my name on the dotted line. I totally understand that.
It's not the family drama's fault. It's your fault.
What do you owe, man?
So here's the thing. All this stress that you have on you goes away if you find a job making $40,000 doing something else by the end of the week. And I'll bet you can, actually. Would you agree with me that if you find a job making $40,000, all this other stuff that's bothering you, the debt, the fiance, the apartment change, all this stuff, it's no longer a worry because you weren't worried about it before all this. Finding a job making $40,000 makes all this stress go away, does it not? AJ?
Yes, sir, to a degree. Yes, sir, to a degree.
Well, to the degree that it did before your boss left. I mean, if you were going to take the job over at the other place, all that stuff still would have been there. You still got to change apartments. You're still getting married. And you still got debt. But that's just part. You got to fight through those things no matter where you are. But you called us about these crazy butt people that you work for, and I'd be running out of there like my hair was on fire, man.
Yeah.
So go get a job. And as soon as you get a job, walk in and say, tell your lawyers I said stick it. And take off, man. I mean, you don't have to be that mean, but that's basically the message. You threaten me with a lawyer, I don't work here anymore. That's easy. Done. Listen, I've never tried to keep an employee by threatening them with a lawyer. That's kind of like, that's probably just not good juice, man. It's not going to give them the result that they want, because that just breeds loyalty every time. I just really want to work so hard for this company because they threatened me with a lawyer. That's dumber than crap. That's the worst leadership I've heard, and I don't know when. Stupid corporate America.
And then
morons.
To bring a 21-year-old and just sweat them out.
Yeah, let's sweat the because we're obviously going to go out of business if he leaves. I mean, come on. This is just
look how big and tough we are.
Ridiculous.
Let's circle
yeah. So
and at least if you have to, let's say this. Let's say you have to. Bring the 21-year-old in and explain, hey, here's what's happening.
Yeah.
This is a mess.
You don't need the lawyers to do that.
You're caught in the middle of a mess. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to take that other job because we're not going to let the guy poach our company. And so you are stuck in that regard. You may not want to work here, and we're not mad at you. You didn't do anything. But anyway, so that's, go get another job, AJ. Hold on. We're going to give you a copy of Ken Coleman's book, From Paycheck to Purpose, and I'll give you a copy of the assessment to help you do that. And get on his site, kencoleman.com. Read everything you can about getting a job and go get one this week. Those $40,000 jobs are a lot easier to be had right now than they were a while back. And you need to get out of there, my friend. You need to get out of there. And you own all this other stuff. It didn't happen to you. You're happening to it. We've spent way too much time in the last 2 decades in America talking about our feelings. We ought to deal with some facts and then let your feelings decide from there how you feel about the facts. Mm-hmm. But let's start with facts because that changes everything. That leads me to something I want to talk to you about. You've got your finger on the pulse of this whole freaking job market that is the weirdest job market I have ever seen in 50 years.
Oh, yeah.
I've been working 50 years.
Oh, yeah.
Started cutting grass when I was 12. I'm 62. Okay. So, but I mean, I've been in the workplace 40 years, right? And I've owned a business a lot of that time of one kind or another. And I've never seen a job market. This is the weirdest dadgum job market. On the one hand, we've got these immoral corporate dubers laying people off just to run their profits up or because they're scared of what might happen next year. Mm-hmm. In anticipation of that, they do 10,000 people, put them on the street, right? There's that. There's people leaving their jobs to go take higher pay or work from home only to find out that they're the first ones laid off or that they've entered into a toxic culture of some kind or another that's a dadgum mess. And so for $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000 or $40,000 more a year, that they went and took a job and now they regret it. So there's the great resignation followed by the great regret. You got those people. You got the other people being laid off. And at the same time, we've still got a labor shortage.
Yes.
It's the most convoluted, screwed up thing I've ever seen.
Well, you got a fact that you saw the pandemic create 4 million new jobs. Okay. And then when the pandemic was over, 4 million people that had left or maybe were laid off or retired during that time didn't come back. So that's created disparity. Plus, you've got 7 million men that are between the age of 25 and 55 who are able to work and are choosing not to work. They are living off of someone, whether that be government benefits.
And one piece of research that we were talking about the other day said they spend 2,000 hours a year on a screen,
which means they're getting
like Call of Duty, and they don't know what duty is.
That's right. They're medicating themselves with the dopamine from screens and entertainment in all of its various forms. And instead of getting out there and getting the contribution and the dopamine that comes from, hey, I did something that mattered today. So we have a
work ethic crisis. We have a shortage of labor.
That's right.
We have a values crisis with corporate America dumping people on the street. We have people jumping ship from out of the frying pan into the fire.
That's right.
They leave what they thought was a bad job to get a much better pay, but at a horrible place who treats them like crap. Yep. So I can work from home part-time and get paid for full-time, because everybody that works from home does not work 8 hours. Let me just tell you, okay? You sit on your butt. We know what you're doing. Or you're working 2 of these full-time jobs, which is straight up unethical.
That's professional polygamy, Dave. I coined that term the other day. Professional polygamy.
Working 2 full-time jobs and calling it work from home.
Yeah, you're cheating on both of them.
Professional polygamy.
You got quiet quitting. I decided to come up with my own term, but it's a real thing. You're lying to both companies.
It's career infidelity.
That's it. It is.
My God.
I know.
Okay.
No, but so here's what's interesting. And I want to give an economic and a money play on this. All of that we just laid out.
So in the middle of that, a person that will work hard and has character, in the middle of all that discombobulation, there's opportunity big time.
Oh, sure. Of course there is. Well, but see, now here's what's interesting. But you got to be careful not to just take the paycheck opportunity.
It's not just a paycheck. I'm saying you could go find a great company at above average pay.
Oh, yeah. And move up.
And have a great career opportunity without working for some bunch of doobers.
That's right.
But people don't make the decision exclusively on the pay change.
No.
You've got to look at the quality of the leadership team, the situation.
Yeah. So it's the right role.
Because the data is telling us if you're working from home or if you're the last one hired, you're going to be the first ones laid off.
It's absolutely true. That is data-based.
So you are vulnerable if you took a job doing that for more. So you left a regular job in the office 40 hours and you make $35,000 a year more than you used to make, but you're working from home, your head's the first one on the block.
And here's another factor. Remote workers may be the first to go as they ship jobs overseas. They could pay you from home. They could pay somebody from another country from home.
Brought to you by CHM, a biblically based alternative to health insurance. Learn more at chministries.org/budget.
Well, my dad is going to leave my brother next to nothing when he dies, and he's not telling him.
How do you know? What did he tell you?
He told me that he set up a trust with a fiduciary and that he was going to leave different amounts to us 3 children in different ways. And then he told me he had set up some other things in the trust to protect it.
Okay. So you said that the brother's left out, but you just said he's going to leave something to the 3 of you. Is it a different amount of money, or tell us more?
Yes. Told me he's going to leave him $10,000.
And what did the other kids get?
I'm not sure because he hadn't said, but my sister, he didn't tell me how much. He just told me that he was going to give her a large lump sum because she's the most fiscally prepared for the future, most fiscally responsible, makes the most, handles her money the best.
Okay. What about you?
With me, he set up monthly payments basically for 25 years.
Oh, how much?
$3,500 per month.
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 58.
58.
Yeah.
Okay. This sounds like your dad is pretty controlling. And it's a little bit gamesmanship, manipulative, the way he's handling all this. Does that sound right?
No, I would not describe him that way at all.
Then why isn't he just telling your brother?
I think it's because he has experienced a serious lack of respect. Mm-hmm. And things have happened in the past that have hurt an already struggling relationship that's struggled a lot, pretty much from the very beginning. And he just
How old is your
doesn't
brother?
want to do it. He's a year older.
Okay. All right. Well, wow.
But it's not like
number one, there is no one is entitled to an inheritance. It's your dad's money. He can do with it what he wants to do with it. Okay?
Right.
Even if someone else thinks it's weird, it's his money, and he can do with it what he wants to. He's trying to not stir up a problem with your brother, it sounds like, where there's already problems, and this would just throw gas on the fire, is what you're telling me. Okay?
Yes.
So I don't, and he didn't tell you. I think he puts you in an awkward position by you not having the information and not telling the brother. But I don't think he thought about that.
No, he knows because I brought it up. I told him that he was putting me in a really awkward position.
But you're not asked to administer it. You have a fiduciary. There's a trustee. So you're not. There's no way you get blamed because you're not in the line of fire. You're not having to administer this to your brother. The trustee will.
Does your other sister know that these are the plans as well?
Yes.
So maybe because here's where I'm getting at. I agree with what Dave said, but it's almost like he's not dealing with the problem now, but the problem will be yours when Dad passes away because your brother. I don't know what kind of guy your brother is, but I would not want to, if I were you, I would not want to be in this situation where someone could feel resentment towards me for something that someone else didn't deal with. And now you're in the situation to have to say, well, I don't know why he did this. And that weight can be on you. That's the part of this that I don't like if I were sitting in your shoes.
I brought that up to him and he said he was concerned for my safety. So he set up in the trust, as soon as he dies, I can either stay in the house for 3 months or I can move immediately and his trust will pay to get me out because he was concerned about
I'm sorry, whose house are you in?
I live with my father. I had to move in with him 5 years ago to help him because he needs a living caretaker. I work full time, but I moved across the country to help him 5 years ago. And I've tried, I did have a place on my own, but I was traveling 30 minutes one way to help him on a daily basis.
Now, would the narrative not be that your brother says, hey, because you were living with Dad, you talked him into this?
Yes, that's going to be the narrative.
But what about this? What threw me on what you said is the safety. He said if he's afraid for your safety, what kind of guy is your brother that he would say that?
Well, he's never been violent to me or to my dad or to my family members, but he's had violent interactions with other people on the other side of his family. And I have actually had to ask my brother to leave my dad's house at one point because he was verbally abusing him when I first came down here to help or came up here to help my dad.
How old is your dad? You said he's 80?
He's 83.
Okay. All right. Your dad is not handling this well. He owes you in return for your care of him, even though it's not going to be pretty. He owes that it lands on him, and he needs to tell your brother while he's alive. And if I'm you, I'm going to demand that. Because this is this is going to land on you because of proximity. It's going to look like you talked him into doing all this.
Yes.
And so your dad is being a coward, and he's letting this land on you. And he I know he doesn't want to face it, and he could just send him a letter. He doesn't have to say, here's what I'm doing. I'm giving sister number 1 lump sum because she's responsible. I'm giving sister number 2 that takes care of me monthly because she's not as responsible. And since you and I don't have a quality relationship, I'm only leaving you this. And he needs to just send him a note that says that. And I love you, but you and I, as you know, have struggled for many years, and I am not going to bless that with my estate. So you need to know that in the front end. And this is my decision. Your sisters have had no input on this. I decided this with my lawyer, and this is what's happening. And let him take the brunt of this, so that the narrative is not reset in the vacuum. Because that's what's going to happen. That piece of you living with him and taking care of him changes the conversation. Before, I was a little bit like, whatever. But now with you living there, it's going to look like you spent 5 years manipulating the old man into getting money and cutting a brother out after you had to throw him out for being verbally abusive. It's going to look like it's going to land on you. There's no question about it. And your dad needs to take care of that. That's unfair to you. If I was the old man involved, I'd be stepping up. This is The Ramsey Show.
CHM isn't health insurance. It's a health cost-sharing ministry. Check it out for yourself at chministries.org/budget.
Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I am just starting the new year off the right way with trying to get out of debt. I'm following the baby steps. I just don't have a lot of accountability, and I need direction. And I really wanted to make a big deal about this, so I wanted to call the show and get some professional advice from people that I trust.
Well, I've got good news for you, because I'm sitting next to the budget queen, not the dancing queen.
Budget queen.
There it is. Do your thing. I think this man needs to know how to figure out a budget.
First off, Christian, I love that you're understanding the importance of accountability to the point where you're like, I'm going to call on the show. People are going to hear it. I post about it on social media. I actually really like that. Some people kind of like to do their goals in the quiet and in secret. And listen, I'm no psychologist. I don't know, but I have a feeling around that. I think that when people do their goals quietly, it's because they're afraid that if they don't accomplish them, or if they fail, no one has to know, right?
That's right.
And so I love the accountability of you saying, no, I'm putting it out there. So my question is, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? And what is the thing that you're worried about being a roadblock for you accomplishing it?
Well, I've never really been good at my finances in the past, keeping a budget, keeping up like a record of my finances. And I'm about $90,000 in debt. It's 35,000 is an auto, and the rest of it is credit card.
Okay.
I work part-time, seasonal on a farm in Oregon. I don't make very much, but I'm very fortunate and blessed to have a trust that I get money from every month. But I've been very irresponsible. It's $7,000 now.
So you get $7,000 a month from the trust, and then you're working part-time on a farm. What do you make from your part-time work?
When I am working, which I'm off season right now, but usually about $2,000 a month.
Okay.
And I work part-time because I have a 2-year-old daughter, and I watch her half the week. I have her 3.5 days.
Okay.
Do you have any support around you that could help with her?
So her mother watches her the rest of the time, and she is a big support in my daughter and everything.
I know, but I'm talking about you're a daddy now, and I'm jumping in here because I don't like what I'm hearing, and I'm not like criticizing you, but you need to be working full time, even when it's your turn. Your custody side of things, that means you see her after you come home from work. That means someone is helping you, or you are paying for them to help you, because you need to be making more money in this off season.
Yeah. Is the trust for life?
Yes.
Okay. I have a question. You told me earlier that you've never been good at like managing your money or sticking to a budget. Do you know why? Why is that? What do you do instead?
Well, I was never really taught that. And,
Okay.
I am when I get around math or numbers, I choke up. I didn't get very far in math in school.
Okay.
And it's
Fair enough.
it's a very uncomfortable subject for me.
Is it also fair to say? Is it also fair to say that you haven't needed to budget?
Yeah.
No. Well, what do you mean by that?
Meaning you've never had to worry about not having enough money. So therefore, there was never a need to watch where this dollar was going and where that dollar was going.
Yeah, because $7,000 a month is, you can live on that.
$7,000 a month is a good chunk.
No, I haven't had that. I only got, it hasn't been that long since I've had that.
Okay, gotcha.
And it hasn't always been 7,000. I started getting it in 2008, and it started off at 2,000.
Got you.
Which is why, by the way, Jade, I want him working, even though this is a nice blessing. I still want him working.
Yeah. So let's get into this a little bit. I totally buy it. None of us were taught this in college. None of us were taught it in high school. Few of us were taught it in our own homes. So it's very, very important. And I'm also with you on the math. Despite popular belief, I actually hate doing math, and I'm not very good at it. I made C's in it in high school and college.
So did I.
There we go. The good news for you is that we solve those problems here for you with Every Dollar. So before you get off the call, I want you to have the Every Dollar app. It's a budgeting app, and it's going to help you do the things that you said you struggled with, which is making a plan for your money, sticking to the plan with your money, and doing the math on your money. It does all of that for you. The only thing that you have to do, Christian, is the only commitment you have to make is to make the thing, right? Plug your numbers in, and just to take Atomic Habits, habit stack it with something else you do, right? So if you have a habit in the morning of you wake up, you make your morning coffee and you read the news on your phone, right? You just add, and after I read the news on my phone, or before I read the news on my phone, I track my transactions in Every Dollar. That's it. If you can start that habit this year, you're going to see things with your money begin to turn around. Because for most of us, it's not part of our day-to-day rhythm. And so we're not seeing the fact that we're overspending on food, or we're not seeing the fact that we're overspending and accidentally spending the money for something more important on something less important, right? And so for you, I think getting that habit into your life is going to be really important. So that's numero uno. The next thing I want to talk about is this car. So you said you've got a $35,000 car. And then you've got another $55,000 or $60,000 in credit card debt. So I kind of want to tackle the car. What's it worth?
I think it's probably worth a little bit less than 35. I haven't actually looked it up. I don't know those numbers.
Okay, then that would be my second piece of homework. Number one is Every Dollar. Number two, I'm looking to see if there's a break even here, or if it's a very short amount of upside downness. I'm gonna take that bet, and I'm going to probably get out of this car, because what are you paying every month for it?
$700.
Hey, my guy. Let's get that money back into your wallet. That's a lot of money for somebody who's in $90,000 of debt. So if I were you, I would get out of that vehicle. I'd buy something far less expensive in cash. And yeah, that's what I would do.
That's almost half of that debt. Not quite, but almost.
Yeah, you're clearing out a big portion of it. And then with these credit cards, don't consolidate them. Don't, do a shuffle game. Just list them smallest to largest and pay them off one by one. Ken, what's he going to do with the career, real quick?
I don't know. We didn't have enough time to get into that. What do you want to do? If money wasn't an object, say it. Go.
If money wasn't an object, something to do with plants. I work on a veggie farm. I moved to Oregon so I could do permaculture design, which has a lot to do with,
Got
plants.
it. So here's what we're going to do.
Animals.
Hang on the line. Kelly, let's get him a copy of Find the Work You're Wired to Do. It's a best-selling book with an assessment. It'll help. This is The Ramsey Show.
Create your free Every Dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.
Jenny joins us up next in NYC. Jenny, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. Thank you for taking the call.
Absolutely. How can John and I help?
Okay, so we owe $117,000 in debt, mostly consumer debt. 20,000 of those are to the IRS. We are already on payment plans with the IRS. That's the first thing we did when we found out we owed them money. We've made every stupid financial decision possible. We've made them. And
welcome to the club.
I am expecting a child in 2 months. I am currently working remotely. I have one child in school and one with me while I work remotely and we can save money. I thought we were living within our means. We thought we were doing everything we had to do until I noticed that all of our credit cards were maxing out And I'm like, how is this possible? No, we can't do that. I did a detailed budget, and we had a $1,100 deficit on a monthly basis. And we've been doing that for the past almost year.
That's how you go into $117,000 in debt, for sure.
Yes, and not only that, we purchased a home. We bought the least expensive home that we can purchase in the New York City area, New Jersey area. And once you open one wall that you think, oh, this $5,000 that I have to save up will help us do this one wall. Once you open that one wall, you realize that you just, it was a money pit. And we've spent over $100,000 fixing. So that's where most of our consumer debt comes from. It's us putting stuff on the credit cards to fix the house, because once one thing was fixed, 20 other things were broken. And then we have car issues. We don't have any car payments. Our car's really old and has been paid for. But like I said, everything else, it's a lot of consumer debt. Now, when we saw that, and I've been listening to you guys for the past 3 weeks since we started our budget, I'm angry, I'm mad, I don't know what else to do. And I am every feeling in between to get me started and motivated to just do it. My husband has been able to pick up 12 extra hours and overtime at work. But just to commute to work, it costs us around $1,200 a month between tolls and gas. We are about 2 hours away from where we live. And taking public transportation is going to be a 6-hour commute, 3 going and 3 coming back.
What's he doing for work?
He works at an airport in the other state. So he is. He helps with the audit of the documents that are needed for the FAA.
Hey, Jenny, I'm going to ask you a hard question, okay? And I normally make jokes about this, and I'm not playing, okay? I hear it in your voice, okay? You're a scared mother of young kids with another one on the way, okay? And I hear it in you. There is something, and people can roll their eyes, and I get that, and it's worth rolling your eyes at. But if you're born and raised in Texas and you're born and raised in New York, there's an extra, you can't leave, right? Are you connected to New York?
Yes. And, well, we have our employment who are very flexible with us. That's one of them. Second one of it, we actually moved to the next state closer just because we couldn't afford living in New York anymore.
No, I'm talking about cut ties completely and go to another state where you can keep your income, your state income tax, where you can get some breath in your life. You've created a life for yourself that your bodies cannot exist in. You cannot commute 6 hours a day and be parents and be married and be connected to one another. You just can't. You can't run a deficit of $1,100. $1,200 of that is just in taxes and in tolls and in gas commuting. You see what I'm saying? Like, you've created a life that you can't exist in, and it may be that the Northeast isn't the place for you and your family right now. Is that an option for you? Cut ties with this house. You've lost it. It's fine. Can we go somewhere and start over? Because this isn't working, man. You're drowning.
It is. We are. So we are drowning, and we made it to the point where we are now at a 700 surplus with the overtime that we're going to be doing.
I know, but hon, but that's temporary.
Yeah.
You're working overtime. You're commuting all over the place. Your cars are falling apart, right? You see, there's so much. These are Band-Aids. Am I right? If I'm wrong, tell me. But it sounds like I'm right.
You're right.
The extra 700, throwing at 117,000, it is a never-ending battle at that point. And so we're trying to find any way you can drastically reduce expenses and increase or keep your income. And that might mean making some big sacrifices that you don't want to do right now.
Yeah.
What's your mortgage payment?
$2,400.
What's your take-home pay?
Clean after everything, it's $6,200.
Is a house in sellable condition? Could you sell it and not lose your backside on it right now?
I won't be able to lose after everything we've invested in the house. We'll lose.
Y'all would do okay?
No, we would not.
Oh, you would?
We will lose.
It would be a loss?
Yes.
Could you sell it, take out what you've invested in it versus what you owe? Could you get out clean?
What's it worth and what's left on the mortgage?
We gave a 20% down. The house is worth what we purchased it at right now, $465.
And what's your mortgage loan?
We give 20% down, so whatever that was, $90-something thousand.
Okay.
That's all that has been paid on the house. We've invested over $120,000 in payment.
So you get your 20% back, but you're still in the hole because of all the six figures you invested into it. But that's called sunk cost fallacy.
That's
you may
right.
never get that money back.
Yes.
So that may be the biggest stupid tax you pay in your life. But the problem I'm seeing right now is that 40% of your take-home pay is going towards the mortgage.
Yes.
And that's before the tolls and the gas and the kids. Yeah. And so right now you can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't a sustainable lifestyle to begin with, even with the extra $700 coming in.
Okay. So I this is really hard because it's one of those things that we're like we're afraid of the unknown. I don't think we'll be able to make what we make now in another state. And we'll still have $117,000 in debt in another state. And we won't be able to bring home what we're bringing now. And the way the rent is going
I wouldn't put that out into the world. You work remote, correct? Could you move out of New York?
They're doing me a favor because I am a high-risk pregnancy.
Uh-huh.
But no, I'm required in the office.
What do you make annually?
I make $70,000.
Doing what?
I'm an HR analyst.
You absolutely can make $70,000 outside of New York. And if you make $60,000 in the state of Tennessee, you keep a chunk of that money because there's no state income tax.
Oh, wow.
And you can make $60,000 being a math teacher in the right school district. You see, so here's what I'm saying. I don't want you to limit yourself on fantasy, on imagination, because y'all are in desperate need of data, of facts. And your husband, what does he do at the airport?
He is a coordinator that helps with the aircraft records.
Okay. I travel all over the country, so does George. We've been to a lot of airports. They need a lot of coordination across the country. Okay. And I bet he could coordinate all kinds of different things. Here's what I'm saying. You'll have to get real about the fact that you'll have created a life for yourselves that is not sustainable. You cannot live in the life you've created. Whether that means move, whether that means different jobs, whether that means sell your house. And yes, you're going to eat the $100,000 you put into it. That stinks. But you can get out, Steven, rent for a couple of years, move to Kansas, move to Texas. I don't care what you do, but I want you to imagine a life where you've got peace, and you got to build from there.
Jonathan joins us up next in Vancouver, Washington. Jonathan, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How can we help today?
Yeah, so I am currently a 19-year-old full-time working, full-time college student. I just bought a car in March of this year, and I don't pay a dime for college because I work through FedEx, and FedEx pays for all of my college. Yeah, so I've been working since I was about 16 years old. And I have had a little bit of a spending issue, and I only have about $2,000 in my savings account. So I was wondering if you guys could give me some ways to budget my money better and just say, my friends ask me to go out, say no, and have that what's the word I'm looking for?
Discipline?
Yes.
Yeah. So George is the money guy. Let George work on the old budget for you. I'm curious, what are you spending the money on? Do you think like what are your major areas of expenditure?
Yeah. So I actually refinanced my car. I was paying an arm and a leg a month, about $400 a month just for the car payment alone, and another $270 just for my insurance. So I just refinanced the car, and a lot of it was going to my bills. I'm very independent. I'm on my own phone plan. I pay for my own gas, my own groceries, a lot of things. The stuff that I do save, and I have quite a bit left over at the end of the month, I just spend on impulse decisions, like impulse buys.
Okay. So, Jonathan, what are you making right now?
I make $22.90 an hour and about $40,000 a year.
Wow. While being in school full time?
Yes.
When do you graduate?
I'm planning on graduating 2026.
Okay, so you just started.
Yes, sir.
And what career field are you looking to get into?
Law enforcement.
Okay. So you have $2,000. You've been working for 3 years. Now you're a young guy, and you said you paid cash for this car, so you don't have the car payment anymore?
No, I actually do have the car payment.
Explain that. You said you paid cash for the car.
Oh, no, I did not pay cash. I put a $3,000 down.
Okay, well, that's very different. What's the car worth?
It's worth about $20,000 right now.
Okay, and what is left on the loan?
About $23,000.
Yikes. Okay. I mean, it's a lot of car for your income. We say we don't want all the things with the motors in it to add up to more than half of your annual income, and you are right there.
Yeah.
For a 19-year-old to be driving a car that nice. So let's just say you keep the car. What is the plan to pay this thing off?
Just keep on my payments. Like I said, I refinanced this. My payment did go down, but I'm planning on.
That's not solving the problem. You just move the money around.
Yeah, so I was planning on just paying more than my monthly payment was, just to add up some extra or take off some time to pay it off.
Okay. Do you have any other debt?
No, sir.
Okay.
Are you driving for FedEx, or are you in an office or a warehouse?
I work at the airport, so no, I'm not driving.
Okay. George, I would like to see him. He doesn't have a lot of time, but I'd like to see him change his budget so radically that he can get not upside down, so get on the right side of this thing, and then sell the car and go with a $3,000 or $4,000 car.
Yeah.
Is that too extreme?
Well, we say if you can't pay off the car within 2 years, then we got to sell the car.
Right.
It's just too much of your world wrapped up in this thing, and your future is too important for you to just have these payments you're sending out on top of the spending habits, and all of a sudden, man, you're making great money. You got nothing to show for it. And part of that is the debt. Part of it's the spending. We can get both under control. One of those ways is through a budget, which it doesn't sound like you're doing right now, and we want to help with that. I'm going to gift you 1 year of every dollar premium if you're willing to use it. Are you willing to get on a plan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you open up every dollar, you're going to list your income at the top, followed by all of your expenses. And here's the thing. You are the boss of that budget, and when it's done, it's the boss of you.
Yeah.
And so what that means is once you set it, you go, man, I am not spending more than $200 on food this month. I'm not spending more than $70 on entertainment this month. That means when your friends ask you out, say, hey, dude, come out with us. And you go, sorry, dude, it's not in the budget. And they're going to say, dude, you're so lame, man. You get a lot. And you're going to say, that's cool. You guys can come to my place. We can get some pizzas and just hang out. And if they say no to that, it may be time to find better friends if they're just unwilling to compromise and cheer you on with your financial journey. And with every dollar, I'm going to gift you FPU. I think going through that will motivate you because you need a long-term why right now. You're a young guy. You're driven already, the fact that you're at this place in life. But if you have a long-term mindset, I want 29-year-old Jonathan to be proud of the decisions that 19-year-old Jonathan made.
Yeah.
And that's a different mindset to have because most people your age are thinking about next weekend, not 10 years from now.
Yeah.
By the way, Jonathan, that's incredible advice, and that's what you're going to have at the top of your mind. And you need a true visual of what George is talking about. Where do you want to be at 29? Get a clear, crystal clear image of that. And when your buddies start giving you a hard time, come on, man, let's go to the club, blah, 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 or whatever it is they say these days.
Do the kids go to the club?
I don't know.
Idea.
I'm so old, I don't even know. But I'm not even sure where the voice came from. But the point is the ability to say no only comes from a decision that is made much earlier.
Yeah.
And you make that decision and then you manage that decision every time you're tempted. You make the big decisions early in life, and then you manage those decisions the rest of your life.
A lot of wisdom in that, Ken.
Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Hi, guys. I need some advice. I'm in trouble.
Oh, no.
Deborah.
You sound like you're in the corner. You remember like when we were kids, your parents sent you to the corner? Sound like you might be in the corner, Deborah. Let's go. No shame in your game. What's going on?
Yeah, definitely on the cusp. Okay. I have two houses. Okay, one I was renting out. The renter went away, totally trashed the place, left the place broken, haven't fixed it, had a lousy, horrible 2024 year.
and it's left me with $70,000 worth of credit card debt.
Oof.
Because of the house or because of other things?
The house, trying to get people to help get it repaired, that kind of thing. It's still sitting not repaired. It's been 8 months. So I've lost that income, and then my income went down from 5 days a week to 3 days a week. So that also hit me. Plus I had knee surgery. I have kids living with me. I have grandchildren living with me. And honestly, the money I have now, I can't make the bills every month. And so I've been putting my utilities on the credit card and that kind of thing. And this is over a year, and it's all added up. And here I am.
All right. This house. Let's talk about this house, Deborah. The rent. How much do you owe on it?
On the rental, I owe zero.
Oh, it's paid for.
It's paid for. I inherited from my father.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I figured when I'm 65, I'd move there and retire, and there you go, have no mortgage. Meanwhile, my other little home, which is condo, I owe about $114,000 on.
Okay.
And that's the one I'm currently living in.
Okay. How much is the house that your dad left you? How much is that worth?
Oh, probably about $650,000.
Okay. How much is the condo worth?
Probably about $400,000.
Okay. And where do you want to be long term? The condo or the home?
Well, in the home, because condo's upstairs, kind of thing.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I like where I live, but like I said, I've got grown children living with me. We're talking 30s.
Why are they living with you?
Hey, sorry for the interruption. This is important. No one likes to think about dying, but one day your family will have to deal with everything you leave behind. So the question is, will it be easy or a total nightmare? That's where Knockbox comes in. Knockbox is a kit with 15 categories and clear instructions that give your family an organized plan, so they're not sifting through old paperwork and guessing passwords and dealing with lawyers. So leave your family memories instead of a mess. Grab your Knockbox kit today at knockbox.com/Ramsey for the best discount available. That's knockbox.com/Ramsey.
Why are they living with you?
Because they got no place else to live. One injured his back. He's got like a 10 vertebrae fusion. He's looking to get on SSI. He hasn't worked in a couple of years. And then the other one, he's got 3 kids, 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And believe me, we don't have room. You know, I've got people sleeping on the couch, you know. But I've been paying all the bills. And I've asked for help. They don't help. One of them can't. He just doesn't even have a job anymore. The one that does work construction, he does have income, but he doesn't contribute. And he doesn't want to help do the repairs. That was part of the thing, is he was supposed to repair the one house, the rental house, and he's been, I guess he's been giving me a bunch of baloney for months on end here.
And these are sons?
These are my sons, my blood sons.
Yeah. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. I mean, it's a mess. The boundaries here are completely intertwined, and it's not working for you, Deborah. And so you're not able to help people when you're drowning, and you're putting your utilities on credit cards. You can't afford this life anymore. So so they need to leave. I mean, there has to be a conversation of, I can't support you, nor should I. They are grown adults. And you need to give them a runway, Deborah, 30, 60 days. And because you can't afford it. Like, you guys, you can't afford this situation. And so, so what I would do, would you want to be in the house? I mean, I would sell the condo, go move in the debt-free house. You know, you have
100%.
And then you have $275,000, pay off the credit cards. You have $200,000. And now you get to live your life.
Like, this is an immediate turnaround, Deborah, and it makes the most sense.
Yeah, that would be the rest of my income for the rest of my life. I am 62 right now.
What do you have in retirement?
Yeah, about $6,000.
Okay, so you're going to have to up your income. You are going to have to work longer, but you'll have that $200,000. And that's not going to be enough probably for retirement long term. So you are going to have to be working some more. But this will fix a lot of this mess right now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, so
I'm literally having to borrow money even to pay the minimums right now.
Yeah.
And that's from other people.
Yep.
Well, Well, there's nothing to figure out. I mean, I want you to understand that you have one clear option here, and it's the option we just gave you. And this is going to get you out of this desperate situation, this wacky situation, quite frankly. It's not desperate, it's just wacky. And set you up for the future. Now, you're right, but you at least got a $200,000 head start, and you're going to have to work, and you're going to sock away as much money as possible. We'd love to see you get a SmartVestor Pro if you do not have one. And let's map out what do we need to do over the next 5 to 7 to 8 to maybe 10 years to make sure that you have more margin as you age. But at least you got a paid for home that is also a tremendous asset for you as well.
Yeah, no, it's a blessing, and I know it is. But, and what about my grandkids, though?
What about them?
I don't want to make my grandkids homeless.
It's not your problem. I know that sounds heartless. It shouldn't, but I feel like it does. But that's not your problem. Those are grown men. They need to step up and take care of business.
No, I agree on that. And I don't feel like I'm doing them any favors because I take care of too much. And I've tried to back off of that, too, because I do
but that's
too
the
much.
answer to your question.
They don't care.
But you just answered your own question, by the way, more effectively than I did. Your little speech you just gave is the speech you need to remind yourself when you say, what about my grandkids? I don't want to be this big, mean grandmother that kicks them out on the street. That's not what you're doing, number one. But number two, you need to remind yourself of that speech you just gave. It was a great speech.
I'm trying.
And the dad of the 3 kids has a job, correct?
Well, he does construction, so he works here and there. That kind of thing.
So Deborah, you've said,
work whenever he wants.
Okay, yeah, he can work whenever he wants. And this isn't. I'm being a little harsh on you, Deborah, because you've allowed it, right?
Yeah.
He's living the best life.
Yeah,
everything's paid for. He works when he can. He doesn't pay bills. He does nothing.
This guy's literally the character in Wedding Crashers. Ma, meatloaf. I mean, he yells and you come running. Might as well give him a little silver bell.
On the big things, and the thing is, he actually made more than I did last year, and he still can't help me with the utilities or nothing like that. And I'm begging him.
Well, begging him. You know what?
Well, he's a.
Yeah,
that's a boundary, Deborah, you have to set for yourself. You've asked, you can't control what he's doing, and so now you have to control what Deborah can control. And you have to set yourself up in the next, what Ken just said, the next 8 years to allow you to win. Because at the end of the day, they're not helping you, right? It's not like you're falling back on them. So
he can't help you with utilities. You can't help him anymore, period. It's a grown man. I wish I could have a chat with this guy. I really do. This is embarrassing. He ought to be embarrassed how he's treating his mother. Now, I understand I'm talking about your baby. I get that. But you called and you're looking for advice, and your heart is literally getting you in trouble.
I know it. And like I said, I depended on him to help me, with the repairs on the rental house. And,
so, Deborah,
we're shooting ourselves in the foot.
We've discussed this already.
So tonight, Deborah,
got it.
You need to sit them down and you need to let them know, hey, in the next 60 days, I'm putting the condo up for sale. I can't afford this anymore. And I'm going to have to make some hard calls because I have nothing in retirement. And I'm going to have to do what's best for me in this situation. And so that is selling the condo, moving to the home, doing some repairs in between. It's not going to probably be perfect when you move in, but at least you don't have a mortgage payment or a rent payment. So, gosh, Deborah, I'm sorry, but that's what I would do. Cut up the credit cards. Don't keep going down that mess. That's getting you more and more. And when you don't have the temptation of the credit card, then your feet are to the fire, and that's really going to force you to make some hard decisions, which is good. You need some of that.
You ought not to treat your mama that way.
Create your free Every Dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Hey guys, so I wanted to know if you would honestly recommend that I start with a $1,000 a month emergency fund, and why, after kind of reading you off some stats here.
Okay.
So I have a 30% interest rate on a $33,000 car loan. I have $9K in back taxes owed, $5K in credit card debt, nothing. My ex-girlfriend has $50K in credit card debt that I kind of want to help her out with.
Your ex-girlfriend?
And on top, Unfortunately, yeah.
And you want to help her with the debt?
Yeah, wow.
Sorry, I just that
really
got
nice
me.
guy. I'd like to know more.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Well, she's it was a 6-year relationship. I lost her last Q4. I was pushing myself too hard, finally burnt out after about 10 years of extremely hard work. And I just feel responsible for a lot of that. I'm sure some of it's mine. I'm sure a good bit of it might be mine.
You used her card? You used her card sometimes?
Well, we lived together, like it was like she would help out with, like, I don't know. I think my car insurance, for example, is on the credit card. Things like this, right?
You think. So you don't even know.
Listen.
How does that change your opinion, Jim? Does it change your opinion?
I'm going to say something really controversial right now.
Oh, I'm very excited.
She probably rode in your car lots of times. Does she need to help you pay off your car? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not making her do that.
She may have used, your credit card debt. You may have paid for some things for her. I think what it sounded like, I don't know, but you said she got away. It sounds like you're still recovering from this.
He's dealing with guilt.
You still care for her. You might feel some guilt. Obviously, you still care for her, but I would not feel any obligation to pay $50K to an ex. Is she asking for money?
Not really, no.
Do you want to know what I think? Do you want to know what I might think as your older sister who cares for you?
Okay.
This is like when you go on a date with somebody. I think this was from Seinfeld, and he would leave something in her apartment on purpose so he would have a reason to come back and knock on the door.
Brilliant move.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a reason for you to come back and knock on the door.
Yeah. Well, I love her. I mean, and
you're not ready to let go.
If you could dedicate a song to her right now, what would you dedicate?
Oh, great question. Sam, take this seriously. What is it?
Take this. So listen, there's too many to count. I'm writing letters about every day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To her?
Hard situation. Look, I know that's the biggest debt, but this 30% interest rate on this $33,000 car loan is really bugging me. I didn't know what that meant when I signed the contract. I thought it meant 30% of the car's value in total. I didn't know that was like appreciating.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was every year. It goes
30%
I thought you said 3% when you first said it. It's 30%.
No. It's 30%, and it's an Italian car. Like,
okay.
Break down.
I'm sick to my stomach for you, Sam. You have to take, oh my goodness. What's the snowball? Where are we at on the snowball? Did we get there?
No, because your initial question, I'm sorry, I got hung up on your love situation. The initial question was, do I really want him to go down to $1,000 of an emergency fund?
Yeah, is that where I start, or where do I start here, guys?
Yeah, that is where to start. So let me just go through the baby steps with you right quick, Sam, just so you see how this all fits. And how long have you been listening to the show? Are you a new listener?
I'm a new listener. Yeah, you guys are on my YouTube shorts.
Oh, okay. Nice. So you only get bits and pieces on that. Thanks for watching, but you only get bits and pieces. So the first step, this is 7 baby steps for you to achieve financial peace is what we're talking about. So you do them, all of that I'm saying, you do them consecutively in order. That's the first thing. You got to do them in order. If you jump around, it won't work and you'll be wasting your time. The first step is you get $1,000 saved. So if you don't have any money saved, you got to go out, work, sell stuff, and get it done. If you do have money saved, you drop it down to $1,000. And then the next, whatever money you had left over is going to go to baby step 2, which is you paying off all of your debt except your mortgage. This is all the consumer debt. Okay. And you do this using the debt snowball method. Debt snowball is we list all the debts, smallest to largest. You pay minimum payments on everything. And then any extra money goes to the smallest debt. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. After that, now we stack up that emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of expenses is what we're looking for. You get to decide, is it 3, 4, 5, or 6? After that.
Wait, so number 3 is $3,000 or $4,000 a month in expenses?
3 to 6 months of basic living expenses.
So just for round numbers, let's say
Yeah.
let's say you had $5,000 worth of expenses every month. What we're saying is that's 3 months is 15,000, 6 months is 30,000. You tracking?
Yep.
All right, so that's what we mean by an emergency fund. We give you we say 3 months is a minimum, so that'd be 15,000 on this example. That's what she's talking.
That's right, and for baby step 3. It's really about your basic budget. It's not 3 to 6 months of paychecks necessarily. It's what it takes to make your house go on a basic level. Okay, baby step 3B. It's B because it's not the case for everybody. Is if you're looking to buy a house, now's when we start saving up a down payment for the house. Okay. After that, you go to baby step 4. You could do 3B and 4 at the same time if you want to. You're putting 15% of your gross income into retirement funds. So that's your 401k, Roth IRA, that sort of thing. Then after that, if you have kids, you're planning for kids, you can put an amount of your discretion towards kids' college. We say a 529 or an ESA is where you would do that. And then finally, baby step 6, if you have extra money in your budget, again, at your discretion, you're throwing extra money towards paying off your house early. Most people who do that pay off their house in like 10, 12 years. So that's, and then finally, baby step 7, you just live like no one else. You give, you're a happy person, and you got no cares, right? So that's kind of the big arching
Italian
picture.
cars with cash.
Hey, okay,
But can we talk about? I'm dying right now. You did such a good job. Can we talk about this man's car?
Yeah, tell us about
What's
it.
the car worth, Sam?
Paint us a picture.
Man, the car's like $21K. I bought it for I think Dave will appreciate this. So like I'm 29. I have a online business, and I bought an Alfa Romeo because it was the coolest car you could get under $30K.
Love. How much did you pay for it?
Yeah. So all in taxes, I had no down payment. It was about $33,000. So that's the loan I'm paying off.
Okay.
I was like, extra.
So it's worth 21.
Yeah, I think I can get a little more for it. I think I might be able to get like 24, 26 if I'm lucky.
Good.
I think you gotta sell this car right now at 30% interest rate, Jade. I know that's extreme, but
He said it's 3%. 3%.
I thought he said 30.
Is it 3?
No, it's 30. It's 30.
You asked that twice, and he said 30.
Oh,
THIRT1.
Listen, I just turned 41 in my old age. I can't
He's
hear
paying
anything.
30% on this car.
That's painful. Yeah, you got to get out today.
Like, you got to sell it.
Do you have any money saved?
No, I can get some money this month though. I mean, the income's good.
Yeah, you got to find at least $10,000 so you can get out of this and get yourself a little beater car to drive around until you can save up for a better one. So
yeah, but is that here's the reason I bought this car. It was the coolest car under $30K. And
what do you make?
It doesn't matter how cool it is.
What do you make?
Well, I'm $9,200 a month consistently for 2 years. The last Q4, I was paying myself about $14K a month. Really going overboard with the whiskey and the oysters.
Here's what I want you to do. Listen, what a life. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to apply that $9,200 to get out of debt. I want you to quickly save up what you can to get out of this car. Buy something cheap in cash. It's only temporary. You're going to be out of debt in a year, and then you're going to save up and you're going to buy the same car in cash.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.
Brought to you by CHM, a biblically based alternative to health insurance. Learn more at chministries.org/budget.
I'm living in a home that is paid for. And I have no bills. I mean, I have bills, but I don't have credit bills. I don't have any debt. Let's put it that way.
Great.
The cars are paid for. The problem is my home is in a trust for me, and I'm running out of money myself. I've been able to survive since 2007 on my savings, but I'm down to $4,000.
Oh my goodness! Hold on one second. How much are you burning through in a month and then in a year?
About $1,000 a month.
Your expenses are only $1,000 a month?
Yeah, I don't owe anything. I just pay my gas and electric and cost of living. I do have food stamps, and I make sure that I don't shop beyond what's on those food stamps.
How old are you, Sherry?
I'm 63. Yeah, 63.
And you've been doing this since 2007, essentially living on $1,000 a month out of a savings account?
Well, 2007 to 2013, I kind of lived off of whatever I could make doing garage sales or helping an old person or little things here and there. So sometimes it was less than that. But
you don't have any Social Security?
No, because I'm too young. And when I applied for disability, they kept denying me and denying me and denying me. And they said, you can reapply again next year.
What's your age? What's your age for Social Security? Have you done the math?
67. Yeah, 67. So,
you live on your own?
After 5 years of denying me, they said, well, you've already passed the 5 years of being eligible for disability, so now you can't have disability.
What would the disability be for? You have some type of physical limitation?
Oh, I have a ton.
Oh, okay. So are you able to work at all?
No,
You can't do something over the phone? You can't do customer service all day long? You sound great on the phone right now.
I had the same thought.
Thank you. Well, the problem with phone, because I've thought about that too, is that I have chronic headaches and complicated migraines. And also with my diabetes, sometimes my blood sugar drops really quickly, although I'm getting better control over that. I was, even thinking about just doing something for like 4 hours a day, like renting cars over the
that's
phone
that's what I was about to say. I do not want to minimize your physical ailments at all, but those headaches aren't all day long every day, presumably, correct?
Well, the headaches are, the migraines are. The migraines are worse in the wintertime. Wintertime is the most difficult. I have 3 months that I'm pretty much
But my point is, you have got to do some type of work in and around your ailments. There is no other alternative. You don't want to be a ward of the state. So you call us today in a pretty desperate situation, correct?
Correct.
So what is the core of your question?
The house is paid for. I didn't know.
That's great.
What would be the best way to get money out of the house because it's in a trust?
No.
No?
No, don't borrow against the house. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, if I should borrow or sell.
Jade, tell her why. That's a horrible decision.
Don't borrow against it because that's now putting the one thing that you have that's safe and secure at risk because income is an issue for you. And so you don't want to do anything that's going to add debt to your life. And then next thing you know, you can't make the payment. But I do want to circle back to the Social Security. Why are you not able to take the minimum benefit at 62? I mean, obviously, if you wait longer, you'll get more. But why are you not able to? Have you checked into that?
I checked into it. I talked to a disability lawyer this past week, and she said, try and apply for SSI first. So that's what I'm doing this week. I'm applying for SSI so I can at least get like $600 a month from SSI. If they deny me, then I will have no choice than to tap into my Social Security. But, my property taxes are $2,600 a year, and then you've got the insurance and the car insurance and bills, and I don't even know if that'll be enough to...
Well, Sherry,
it'll be more than what you have now.
I want to come back to the fact that you have, even if you're working 20 hours a week, 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, doing customer service on the phone, you're very sharp, you're very kind. You can be doing something like that. Mm-hmm. You have to. You've got to be bringing in some income. But here's the good news.
How do I get jobs like that?
How do you get jobs like that?
You just apply. You got to apply online for customer service jobs.
Here's what's great about those jobs. Everybody's not looking for those. In fact, most people turn down their nose at those things. Sherry, that's your dream job for you. For you, I mean, you understand what I'm saying, right?
I've said it before. And I'll say it again. We in no way endorse this company, but back in the day when I used to work on cruise ships, I'd go out for a long contract, but then I'd have a little spurt of time that I would look for work, and I'd go on this website. It's still there. You can go on arise.com, and it's all work from home, remote customer service jobs.
Yeah.
You pick what you want. It tells you ahead of time what the pay is, and you get to literally go on and pick your hours. So you can say, I only want to work a 30-minute block, or here I want to work an hour and a half block.
Yeah.
And you do it like that. It's out there. I'm telling you, go to arise.com and see what's out there.
You do not have competition for those jobs, Sherry. People don't want those jobs. You actually need this job. Mm-hmm. And you get on the phone and you go, hey, I'm 63. I'm great with people.
Yep.
I need some part-time work. They don't need to know about all your business. They don't need to know about your headaches and all that stuff.
Those ones you don't even have to do that. It literally, it's not even an interview, girl. You just go on there, apply for your stuff, put your headset on, and you're in it.
I love it. So let me do the math for you, Sherry. If you're working just 20 hours a week, okay, you can make enough to take care of all of your basic bills. The good news for you is you own your home free and clear.
Yes.
You have no debt, and you've been living unbelievably cheap. So we're not talking about a 40-hour-a-week, 6-figure job, but you've got to bring some income in.
Yes.
I don't care how you do it.
So are you going to hop on a rise when you get off this call or no?
Well, on Monday. I got to get my SSI applied for today.
Okay.
All right. Well, point is I'd also be looking at...
Probably this weekend I will probably dive...
Yeah, don't wait till Monday.
...into the internet and look
Yeah, I was going to say, what you got going on tonight? The way you're living, you don't have a big party life going on tonight. It's not you and the fried green tomatoes hitting the town, right?
Fried green tomatoes.
Do you like that reference?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go to her age group. It could be the sisterhood of the Yaya pants or whatever that was. I don't know.
That's good. Anything?
Yeah, anything I can. I'm pulling up anything I can right now.
Yes,
it's not Thelma and Louise tonight. They're not painting the town red.
Got it.
Sherry's around the house. You can get online. And listen, this is a serious, serious thing. And you've got to happen to this problem. You've got some spunk, Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
So summon it all together and say, I'm not going to be a victim here. I'm going to take control. And you can. But you got to get after it. And for no reason at all. I'm afraid people coming up to her going, well, Jade and Ken said not to borrow against the house, and somebody telling her how she needs to do that.
Don't do it.
There you go. Thank you, Sherry. We're rooting for you.
CHM isn't health insurance. It's a health cost-sharing ministry. Check it out for yourself at chministries.org/budget.
Gary's with us in San Diego to start off this hour. Hey, Gary, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Hi, George. Great to talk to you. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure, man. What's up?
I've got a two-part question. The first is about incorporating sinking funds into the Every Dollar app for budget, when you do a sinking fund versus just having a fluctuating budget. And the second is about market stability. So I'm baby step 7, EDM, make way more than I spend monthly. And my wife and I have been using Every Dollar inconsistently, but we're really focused now. And there's things like car insurance, things like that, property taxes that are several $1,000s that I'm wondering, do you set those aside monthly in your budget, or if you have the money, do you just do it every 6 months or every year? So that's the first part of my question. And then secondly, I know you're friends with Glenn Beck, and he's talking a lot about this great reset and everything. I'm wondering if you have any concerns over the market and alternate strategies like he does.
Do you have crazy friends? I've got a few crazy friends. Glenn's one of them. I love Glenn, and he's completely out on a plank. I mean, he does this every 2 or 3 years. He predicts the end of the world. And I made a rule when I went on radio, I'm not going to predict the end of the world. And if Glenn's going to predict the end of the world, he and I are going to be friends that disagree. So, no, I don't think that the world is coming to an end. If it does, then it will, but I'm not adjusting my investments, and I never have. In any of the crises and the geopolitical upheaval that there has been, I've always just kept investing, and those the only ones that get hurt on a roller coaster are those that jump off in the middle of the ride. So, George, what about sinking funds?
Well, I was just going to mention on that part, on top of not getting hurt on the ride, you also kept your sanity. And that's an important part of this equation.
You're suggesting maybe Glenn didn't. No, I'm kidding. We love Glenn. We joke all the time. He is a great guy. He's a wonderful person. I mean, I really like him. But he gets crazy sometimes, man. And this end of the world prediction stuff is one of those times. So
I sleep better at night without having to worry about
he went
that.
off on the gold run a few years ago, getting everybody on to gold. And, of course, I don't do that. So I got a lot of friends that I really love them and respect their intellect but disagree with their ideas. And so that's all this is.
Sinking funds. Let's talk about that. I'll tell you how I do it in my personal every dollar budget, and Dave can tell me I've been doing it wrong all these years. But I have a whole category called funds.
That's wrong. No, I'm kidding.
I just list them all out, and I divide it by 12. So I pay all my insurance premiums yearly because it saves money. And so if it's $600, I go, all right, we got to put $50 in that sinking fund category every month, and that's going to get set aside in my account so that when that time comes, the money comes out, and I didn't bat an eyelash.
Here's the sinking fund are little miniature savings accounts to cover Christmas because it comes every year in December. They don't move it, so you got to get ready, right? It's the old Christmas club account. It's just built into your budget is all. Now, Gary, I do want to. That's exactly how I would do it 99% of the time. I want to acknowledge, though, that you said you're an everyday millionaire. You have a huge income. You're completely debt-free on Baby Step 7, so you've got substantial cash flow. What's your household income?
So it's different this year. So I'm retired, and my take-home retirement guaranteed income gross is $15,000 a month, and I have
okay. So if you have a $4,000 item that pops up once a year, you just put it in your budget, right?
So yeah,
you don't have to save up.
Do I need to?
You don't have to save up for Christmas, making $15,000 a month. You can just go freaking buy Christmas. Right?
Got it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
You put that in the budget. That's what you do when you get to this level. Now, the purpose of having the sinking fund is not to nerd out on every detail. It's to not have an expense sneak up on you that leaves you without food money that month. Because you got, oh my God, I got to pay my property taxes. I have no money, and I haven't saved up any to get ready, and they're due, But in my case, we're obviously Baby Step 7 people too, and so I don't have a sinking fund for my property taxes. I just write a check when it comes up because I can fit it into my income like you can, Gary, and so you don't have to do the sinking fund. But if you've got something that's big enough that you experience an ouchie, it's like, When that hits in your monthly budget, then you probably should have saved up some to get ready for it with a little miniature named savings account. We call them sinking funds.
And it helps to know when those are coming up because sometimes you're like, I don't know when my premium comes out every year. So it's good to have that and have the dates. But like you're saying, you've got a buffer in the checking account when you get to a place like Baby Step 7.
But until you're out there like that, I mean, when you're in Baby Steps 1 through 6 and all, and you're still fighting to pay off the house, you're not running with big lumps of cash laying around. I mean, you're running it. All those dollars have names and they're going everywhere. You need to use sinking funds in that case.
Absolutely.
Always. And the classic one is, I had to run Christmas on a credit card because I forgot it was in December, and it snuck up on me. Like they move it. They don't move it. So that's what that's about. But man, you've obviously done a wonderful job. Congratulations, Gary. Very well done.
Now, let me set this up very briefly, and we're going to pause it a few times. So stay with us. This is a very popular and viral TikTok, and this is a real sentiment. I want you to understand something. We're not about to show you this and destroy and criticize and belittle the sentiment. We will take issue with some things factually, but understand, and I want to set this up properly. There are millions and millions of Americans, George, who feel the way that this gentleman feels. So take this with a shaker of salt and understand this is why we do what we do here at Ramsey Solutions. Let's roll the video.
If you're making less than $25 an hour right now, you should be terrified. If you are making less than $25, you're going to be very pissed off by the time we get to the end of this video.
All right, pause.
This information here is going to scare the
All right, pause. First of all, okay, what he just said there is not true. You'll be fine if you're making $25 an hour.
We don't go viral on TikTok without some fear-mongering, Ken.
Boy, scare the whoop out of you, he said.
You're not going to sleep tonight if you make less than $25 an hour.
Okay, this is absolute nonsense, but a lot of people feel this way. All right, now, George will tell you how we can do this later. Let's keep going.
I just spent some time looking at some monthly averages of regular costs of living all across the U.S., average costs. And I put them all in a spreadsheet and did all the math for you so you can see exactly what this big picture is here. So these are just normal expenses that most single consumers have, and this is all of them laid out national average right here. The average cost of an apartment is $1,659 a month. With groceries, you're going to spend $500 on that, and you go down the list here. But add all that up, you're looking at $3,285 a month just in your cost of living expenses, which means to break even.
Pause. Now, George, I'm going to let you step in here, but I pointed this out on my show. We're already a little bit out of whack here when you look at just the average vehicle payment. The average used car payment is just a shade under $700 a month.
Insane.
So we're not even working with real numbers here. All right, and then let's just point out that what if you didn't have that car payment? How far would that go, George?
1,000%. Well, one of the reasons people don't have margin is because they are living with payments, giving all of their hard-earned money to lenders every month, and they think, well, this is the path. This is how I get financial freedom. This is what success looks like. But we teach no debt, pay for things with cash, get reasonable used cars. And so this is a big part of the picture of why there's no margin in this person's budget.
That's right. And that's why I pointed this out, America. He's saying you can't make enough. This whole video is if you should be making way more than $25 an hour, which, by the way, I'm for that. That's what I spend a lot of my time doing, helping people make really good money. But to say that the man is keeping you down when we don't even have the car payment correctly put in this budget. And people think that that's just something they've got to carry around. So, all right, let's keep rolling.
And just squeeze by paycheck to paycheck, you have to be making $32.85 every 4 weeks. So this is calculated at your monthly income at a 40-hour work week. So it's your hourly rate times 160 hours for 4 weeks in a month. Because I don't believe anybody should have to work more than a 40-hour week just to survive. Now, this tax column represents how much you'd be paying each month in taxes after you add up all your withholdings. I figured this out by looking at my pay stubs from the last time I was an employee about 6 years ago. So you got your gross income, you got your net income after you pay this tax, which would go in this column. I didn't fill it all in. The first time you see a number higher than this number is at $25 an hour. And it could even get worse than that because chances are you're going to be paying more than 16% in total withholdings. Add anything like child support or alimony to that and forget about it. So this leaves you with very limited options. You either have to kill yourself working way, way too many hours, or you've got to figure out a way to make a ton of money.
Pause.
And also keep in
Pause. Sorry, there's the
Love
false
those two
narrative.
options, Ken.
All right, George. That's what I wanted you to weigh in on, because I weighed on this on my show. But this is a false choice.
Well,
kill yourself.
Most people lose hope because they back themselves into a corner and decide there's only two choices, Ken. Either kill myself working jobs I hate, or that's it. That's it. This is the only path.
Yeah. So you looked at the spreadsheet. There's no advice in this TikTok about controlling spending.
No. So
what issues do you have?
If you're just listening, you're not seeing the spreadsheet, but outlined here, the first number is rent at $1,659, which he claims is the average rent in the U.S. I don't buy that. Now, if you're on the coast, you're in some higher cost of living cities, yes. But let me tell you, Ken, if this is based on a single person, let's say a single young guy.
Right.
That's kind of who he's talking to in this video. Well, I was not living by myself in a nice apartment when I was a single young guy in my entry-level job. I had a roommate. You might have multiple roommates. And so to be paying $1,659 is insane. I would say, well, time to get a roommate. That cuts your rent down to $825, and it just gave you $800 in margin back in your life. Now let's pay off that car because you're paying $400 a month towards that car payment, or you sell the car. That's an extra $400 back in our life. Now look what happens, Ken. We have an extra $1,200 of margin that we can breathe.
Don't forget the streaming. He's got $37 down for streaming,
and
which
we can
you
cut
don't
the subscriptions
have to have.
down. Yes.
You know.
So there are ways to trim the budget. The question are, what are you willing to do? Because don't tell me you can't. Don't tell me you can't get a roommate. Just say you're unwilling to get a roommate. And this is for a short period of time we're sacrificing. Number one, Ken would say, well, we can help you get your income up.
That's right.
If you don't have enough to make ends meet because of your cost of living, and by the way, $40,000 can go a long way in Idaho, and it may not go a long way in LA.
And there's the other part of the narrative. So the one is kill yourself working crazy amounts of hours, or go have to make more money. Like, that's a bad thing. The way it's positioned is like, or get a job where you make more money. Oh, like, have to bust it. I can't quiet quit, right? I got. Instead of quiet quitting, how about some gritty greatness, George?
Ooh.
How about that?
That's a new one
Well,
for me.
nobody's talking about that.
Well,
you know?
Ken, we know this, and we're confident about it because we meet people every day, Main Street folks who come to our debt-free stage, and guess what? For a short period of time, they worked extra. They worked more than 40 hours a week. They worked 60 hours a week because they wanted to sacrifice for a short time instead of being in pain for a long time, which is where most of America finds themselves, living in mediocrity for 20 years because they don't want to sacrifice for 2, which, by the way, is the average amount of time it takes for our folks to get out of debt.
I'm going to tell you where this kind of, and again, a lot of people feel this. I get it. But when it's positioned as though you are a victim, and this video, whether meant to be made this way or not, is all about making the person who watched this video feel like a victim, as opposed to saying, wait a second, you don't have to accept this. This isn't some sentence. This may be a season of your life, but it's not a life sentence. The hamster wheel is not your miserable plot that somebody more powerful than you has bestowed upon you.
Yeah. And it
Where's the
starts
rugged
with
individualism?
believing that it can be different, and then actions that lead you towards freedom long term. And that's exactly what we do. We have a solution. We're not just trying to rile you up about the problem. We want to show you a way out, show you hope, instead of these hope stealers out there telling you it's everyone else's problem and you're not the solution. This is The Ramsey Show.
Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
My question and situation is we're in baby step 2, and we have paid off $45,000 in 2 years from $71,000.
Wow.
So we're almost there. And my husband has a spending problem with part of addiction. So I'm at this point of considering just separating our finances to get through this, but I know I don't want to separate finances, and we've been doing so well. So
Did
I
something
just wanna know your
happen
guys'
where he derailed?
No, it's basically just he has a limit of $500 a month, and he keeps spending over. 1 month out of the year he'll get right on there, but most of the time it's way over.
How is he spending over? How is he doing it?
So we've tried so many different ways, from cash to debit card to even a credit card from like before, but now we don't. But he's been spending, and it's just on his addiction, so he just wants more money, so he keeps asking me every week for money, and I'm like, no, we got to stay on budget, and so it's just kind of that up and downhill as we go.
So even the $500 that you're giving him, he's spending on the addiction, whether it's cash, whether it's a debit card.
And what's the nature of his addiction?
So he likes to drink beer, and he smokes cigarettes as well.
Has he gone through any, rehab or counseling for that?
Currently, we are going to marriage counseling right now. We are still talking about trying to get him to quit smoking, and right now it's just kind of like that steady flow of like he wants to, but it's not quite getting there yet.
Is he in AA?
Not currently, no.
Yeah. Is he willing to?
I would hope so, but every time we try to talk about it, he doesn't really want to say much about it. He doesn't really communicate that well with me, especially on those topics.
I got to tell you, I would keep the money completely separate, and I wouldn't allow that person to have that kind of access to the money, because they're dealing with something that is a health struggle for them. It's a mental struggle for them, and they're not in a place where they can handle money. $500 is a lot of money. And especially if it's just like, here's $500, there's no good that can come of that. Now, I do think that if you're in charge of the money, what a great thing to do would be, hey, let's sit down together. Here's what we make. Here's what we have. Here's what I'm doing with the money. So he's got full transparency. He can see everything that's happening. But if you're handing a person who's addicted to alcohol $500 a month, they're going to spend it on alcohol. And that's the nature of the disease he's working through right now.
Yeah, so when I am full control of the money and he's okay with that, I do, we have conversations at least 3 times a month about it. I keep talking to him about it. So it's just trying to stay on that budget of making sure that it's there, because it used to be way more. So right now we're just trying to make sure that we don't go over budget. So I think that might be just the problem right now instead of like the addiction problem. I know that's still a big problem.
Well, you said you opened with, hey, I gave him $500 and he's spending over it. And what he's spending over is on beer. So my question is, when you give him $500, what's the intent of that money? What are you thinking he's going to spend it on?
Yeah, so I kind of did, I love finances, so I've gone through like the money aspect, so smokes of how many per week, beer as well, and then there's that extra like $10 to $15 of, snacks from 7-Eleven or something like that. So I kind of even it out through there each week, and so I give it to him each week, and it's been going okay. It's just by the time it's about Friday or Thursday, he asks for more, and I'm like, no, and our therapist has said, don't give into that, and sometimes it's just really hard to not to.
So he's got a problem with alcohol, and yet it's still okay to fund him going to 7-Eleven to get alcohol as long as he stays in budget?
Well, and so
that doesn't feel right.
I really hate it. I know, I hate it, and
I think you've been putting up with this for too long.
But you're doing.
Yeah, I don't want to cut him off completely.
Why not? Why not?
Because
he's hurting himself.
Horrible.
No,
he
you're
needs
helping.
to agree to go to AA tomorrow.
Okay.
And you need to cut off all ties. You need to make sure his credit is frozen, give him no access to further money until he shows that he can be trustworthy. Because there's a prerequisite to combining finances, and that's communication, trust, unity, and alignment. And he doesn't have those right now. He can't have those because he's going through an addiction. And so he needs to deal with that. And right now it's going to be you hustling to try to pay off this debt while he deals with his addiction. Because right now he's dragging this whole thing down until he deals with it.
I can agree that it's an addiction, so it's more like of a habit to him.
But you know that it is. And here's the thing, I think this is so true. You know when something has got a hold on you, when the people who love you most are saying, this is making me uncomfortable, or this is really causing a problem in our relationship, and they can't stop. That's when, even if it's just a couple of drinks, if you say, hey, this is important to me and it's making me uncomfortable, it's making me feel unsafe, it's making our finances in disarray. Even if it's 2 drinks a night, if a person is still struggling to get control over that, there is a problem there. I'm not saying they're like I'm not that person that can say that. But wouldn't you agree if you can't just say, okay, yeah, I can stop that behavior, or I can get a hold of that? That denotes that there is some sort of an issue there, a control issue that they're struggling with. And so if you see it, you've got the advantage of saying, I see that he doesn't see it, but I see it, and the counselor sees it. I cannot keep playing into that and keep feeding into that by giving him large sums of money. Like $500 a month is a lot of money, no matter how you slice it out.
Is he working full time?
Yes, he works full time. I work full time. I also have 2 jobs as well.
Do you guys have kids?
Yes, we have 2 toddlers.
Oh my goodness. Have you sat down with him real seriously and went, listen, I care about this family. I don't want to see my kids lose their dad to this addiction. Are you willing to do what it takes for our family?
Yes.
And he says, yes, ma'am?
He kind of disagrees with me. That's where it gets tense, is he doesn't really know how to communicate with me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is really tough until he gets into AA or somewhere where he can start walking through that rehabilitation. It's going to be tough. And for you've got to be able to just step in and say, okay, these are the things that I can control. These are the parts of the equation where I can keep us safe, because you're the adult now. You're the functioning adult in this relationship. So it's up to you to keep your family safe, your kids safe, your finances safe, keep the safety in the home. And you have an opportunity to do that. And I, just want to validate that you should not feel bad for enforcing those boundaries, because it's keeping everything safe. If you let him have control of that money, it's going to put you guys in a financially unsafe situation. So that's our take on it. It's really
sorry
tough.
you're going through that.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. All right, Danny is with us in Austin, Texas. Hi, Danny. How are you?
I'm good, Dave. Thanks for taking my call. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Well, I'm in a bit of a bad situation with my mother. I'm currently 28 years old, and she helped me take out some student loans, and it was time for me to go to school. We had no savings for my college, and about $19,000 of that is strictly in her name in the form of Parent Plus loan, or it was. I've paid out about half of it now. Our original agreement when we took it out was that she would pay half of the monthly payment every month, and that happened for 1 month until my stepdad found out, and he didn't like that very much, so she snuck some cash to me the next month, and after that, I've been pretty much on my own paying this loan.
Wait a minute. A Parent Plus loan is not in your name. It's in her name.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So have you your agreement was that you were going to pay half and she was going to pay half, and you have already paid half.
Yes, sir. I paid,
tell her it's hers.
Half.
Tell her it's hers.
Okay.
It's in her name.
I recently did that. She received some inheritance, a large sum payout from my grandparents recently passing, and I had a discussion with her, and it did not go well.
I don't care.
Okay.
Listen, you are taking emotional responsibility for somebody else's crap because your stepdad is a jerk. Did I miss something?
No, sir.
Your mother took out a loan in your mother's name that your mother is responsible for morally with the agreement she made with you and legally to the bank. Am I missing something?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm not trying to be mean to you, but she's being mean to you. And they're throwing guilt trips at you like they're travel agent for guilt trips.
They are, and that's been my dilemma this whole time.
Yeah.
My husband says that we're done paying it.
Your husband is exactly right. He's got a backbone. So here's how the conversation goes. Call and get mom and stepdad on the phone. Okay? Do they live in your area?
They do. They live about 10 minutes away.
Great. The four of you sit down. Have a cup of coffee. And it sounds like this. Mom, we made an agreement. You took out a loan in your name. You were responsible for half. I was responsible for half. Morally, I was responsible for the half. Legally, not at all. But I've paid my half. And so now, Mom, this is your loan. That was our agreement. If that upsets you, I'm sorry, but I'm holding you to the agreement you made with your daughter regarding her education. I'm not paying this. It's yours, Mom. Have a good evening.
Okay.
Stand up and walk out. And if they flop in the floor and foam at the mouth, that's on them. It's not your fault. Honey, you didn't do anything wrong. They've been playing you like a fiddle. Your emotions have been torn up. Your stomach's been in a knot. Your throat's been tight for 5 years over this. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah, she's been beating the snot out of you emotionally with her erratic behavior, and you're a grown woman and your husband has said enough. And I'm with your husband. I'm on his team. Your mom and your stepdad are wrong, and they're out of control with the story you gave me.
Yes, sir.
And so just be kind, but be very, very firm and very clear. You don't have to raise your voice. There's no cuss words involved. Mom and stepdad, I love you guys, and I know you don't understand this, and I know you don't like it, but that really has become irrelevant at this point. The agreement we made was that you were going to pay half. I have already paid half. It's in your name. Here's the paperwork. I hope it works out for you.
Okay.
The good news is it's not in your name, and you're not trying to collect from them. It's just right there in her lap, and if she doesn't pay it, they're going to call her. It's not your problem. Yeah. It's not going to be your problem. It's her problem. That's the beauty of this. It's very clean. The downside is that it's just going to be a problem in the relationship. But guess what? There's already a problem in the relationship.
Yes.
You're being abused. And so I'm going to send you a copy of a book called Boundaries by Dr. Henry Cloud, because your mom and your stepdad don't have any, and you're going to have to help them have some. And I will give you this from experience. When you set boundaries with people who don't want you to set boundaries, who want to cross over into your yard and have their dog poop in your yard, when they cross over the boundaries and then you tell them they can't do that anymore, they have to stay in their own yard and take care of their own business, they get very angry. It's not unusual at all. So I do not expect this to end well on the short term. I think they're going to have a fit. But I'm past caring on your behalf. I agree with your husband. He's put up with this long enough. I would not give another dime to this. And if you do, you need to see a coach or a counselor and get some help, because you've been messed up by this situation. It's just horrible. I'm so sorry. So hold on, and Kelly's going to pick up, and we're going to send you a copy of the book Boundaries by Dr. Henry Cloud. You'll actually read the book and go, I know these people. Yeah, it's in there. Hey, good luck with it, kiddo. But please stand your ground. You've done enough. You've done your part and then some. And you've put up with this far too long. JW is with us. JW is in Atlanta. Hi, JW. How are you?
Hey, Dave. Just fine. How about y'all?
Better than we deserve. How can we help?
So, me and my wife are having an issue right now.
We got you, JW. We got you.
I'm about $20,000 from having the house paid off.
Excellent.
But now she wants me to sell the house and buy a more expensive house. And I can taste it. I'm almost there. I'm so close. And I don't know if, I talked to her and it was, why is it that we need a more expensive house? And because that's what everybody else does. And I'm like, well, I don't want to take out another loan. I'm so close to having it paid off. And, she said, well, that's what everybody else does. We just, you just suck it up. That's what everybody else does. And I don't want to be like everybody else. And I can't figure out how to convince her to, let's just pay this one off.
So you've drug her kicking and screaming into debt free.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's going to try to drag you kicking and screaming into 3,500 more square feet.
Oh, my God.
All right. Here's what I guarantee you haven't done yet, JW. You ready?
Yep.
I guarantee you haven't sat down with her and said, honey, I'm exhausted and I'm scared. I'm scared that when I owe money, when we owe a mortgage, if something happens to me, that I'm not going to be able to take care of you and the kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
But hold on. But most of us knuckleheaded guys try to attack your wife's question with a math answer. I want you to approach this with a hard answer for probably the first time with your heart. Okay? I'm scared. Mm-hmm. I'm exhausted. I need some time. I'm not interested in being like everybody else. I'm interested in you and me building something magical that's ours. And maybe that's a bigger house someday. I can't borrow more money right now.
I can't.
But you got to connect with her there, man. Because otherwise it's going to be a tug of war game. She feels like you won the first match, and she going to win the second match.
We've got to change the position from daddy-daughter to husband-wife. Daddy, I want a bigger house, Daddy. Give me a bigger house, Daddy. Everybody else gets one, Daddy. Yeah. Instead, it's like you and me are a team. How can we have the life that we want to build, not other people want to build, but the life that we want to build that includes an amazing future and us making our decisions together? You get a vote and I get a vote. Not I'm denying you what you want because I'm a mean old husband. That's a daddy-daughter thing. You're not her daddy. And
absolutely.
Yeah, and so that happens in every marriage. Some more than others. Some function all the time that way. Some function for 20 seconds that way occasionally.
Or it flips
or it flips. Mommy,
some little boy's got a mommy.
Little boy's got a mommy taking care of him. She does all the bills and he just works. He doesn't have to think about anything. He just brings in the money, and I do all the adult stuff. And oh God, creepy. And so, that happens all the time, though. And so you don't have much of that here, but what John's telling you is come alongside her and then just pour your heart out and say, this has been a goal of my life. For the first time in my life, I'm free. I can breathe. And you're asking me to let a 300-pound man stand on my chest again. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I do want to give you what you want. I want us to have things that we like together, but I want to do it like grown-ups. And so let's start talking about getting a bigger house and how we can get the money together to do that with cash. And it might take 3 years instead of 3 months. But the chances of me going into debt again are precisely zero. I'm not doing it. And I mean, Sharon's pretty acquainted with that conversation. I don't borrow money for anyone, for any reason, ever again. I'm through. I had my run with that.